Namaskar. Hello and welcome to P Guru's channel. This is a 6 a.m. early transmission. What is Pakistan up to? Now that they have been soundly defeated, roundly defeated, really badly defeated, two of their nuclear storage sites completely smashed up. There may be a couple more remaining, but how long is it going to take before Pakistan embarks on another nuclear bomb drive? This is what we're going to explore, and we are going to base this whole monologue on a report that has come from a United States intelligence think tank, and we've also found a lot of supporting links. We'll give you all that stuff. Do look up the description section after this video for all the links. We'll be happy to put those things there. So we have got a small slide deck to present to you, because this is what we're going to follow, how the determination has been done. This is the strangest country in the world. You have a general who has had bad ideas, and he makes some threats saying that Hindus must be exterminated, that they can't, all that wild stuff that he put out. Then on the 22nd, you have the incident in Pahalgam, 26 people killed in front of their significant others, and then India hits back. And now what has happened is that this fellow gets promoted to a field marshal. What the heck is he thinking? And what about this puppet of a Prime Minister, Shehbaz Sharif? Whose march is he beating to? Or whose beat is he marching to? Rather, that's a better question to ask. So is the army still in control? Or is it China that is controlling Pakistan now? But wait a minute, wasn't United States controlling Pakistan? What about that? What is US going to do? Are they going to sit and then just suck their thumb like the way they used to do? I don't know. This is my US taxpayer money, and I'm pissed as hell that US keeps investing money into this sinkhole called Pakistan and gets nothing out of it. And you hear the things about Donald Trump Jr. taking a trip to Pakistan and saying that, we are going to invest in crypto, and then we are going to be buying some mining rights. Dream on, guys. Balochistan is not allowing anybody to come inside. They know exactly what they want. And I don't think United States is going to do any better than the other countries. China has been, getting a bloody nose from Balochistan for a long time now. Anyway, so this is the premise of this whole thing. Let me just show you the slide deck, and I'll show you the data that is coming out of the think tank in Washington, D.C. Which is that think tank? Why should it be taken seriously? Because after we saw that article, we found some reference material that seems to support this premise. Here we go. And I hope you have already liked this video. This is very important because this is the first time I think somebody is taking a look at what lies ahead in the next few years. What does India need to continue to do? That's what we're going to talk about. Here we go. The United States Defense Intelligence Agency, this is a think tank that essentially puts out papers that are very effective, very accurate, and let's put it this way, they are very reputed. And they have raised fresh concerns about Pakistan's military posture, stating that the country views India as an existential threat and is committed to expanding its nuclear capabilities. I mean, they don't even have a bomb. Somebody will have to just donate it to them, and somebody will have to pay for it. This is the whole premise. The question here is, how many of these rich oil countries are playing a double game? On the one side, they hunt with the hounds. On the other side, they run with the hares. We know Qatar has played its hand. What about Oman? They're supposed to be neutral. Are they neutral? Were they not sheltering 2 submarines of Pakistan recently? That has been the blame. They haven't said yes, they haven't said no, but questions are being asked all the time. Also, what about Kingdom of Saudi Arabia? Are they also playing a double game? We don't know. We don't want to cast any aspersions, but these are all the nominees for those countries who will be wink, wink, nod, nod, trying to help Pakistan with its bomb. Look, these are incompetent nincompoops. If the oil sheikhs think that they can throw a few $1 billion to them and then they can create a bomb out of nowhere, you guys need your head examined. They are incapable, incompetent, and they are basically blundering fools. These people are not capable of doing any bomb, and whatever they'll get, they'll go and buy it from China. You're better off Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. You're better off Qatar trying to get the thing from China itself, and see what United States does to you. Why have this proxy player in between called Pakistan? And this Pakistan is going to be split up into multiple components. That is the way India should handle it, in my opinion. And there will be this landlocked country called West Punjab. And that will be the one that will be breathing fire. And you need to just keep, whack-a-mole kind of thing, just keep whacking them, and they'll subside over a period of time, maybe 50 years. But that's what is going to happen, in my opinion. But let's take a look at what the intelligence think tank from DC is saying. It revealed that Pakistan acquires or continues to acquire weapons of mass destruction related materials from foreign sources while maintaining close military ties with China. We told you already, right? Its deputy prime minister went to China. A bureaucrat came to receive him at the airport. Nobody from any ministry visited or gave an audience to him until the field marshal rank was given to Asim Munir. Then suddenly, I think Wang Yi met with the deputy prime minister of Pakistan. I don't know what the conversation unfolded. Wang Yi is another crook, is another wily cat, and Xi Jinping, what can we say? The less said, the better about him. We don't even know if he is going to be able to hold on to his power. There's a silent coup going on in China, and three countries are going to break up into multiple parts. Bangladesh, Pakistan, and China, in that order. That is my prediction. Let's wait and see what happens. Now, this report from the DIA underscores an accelerating arms trajectory that could significantly impact the regional stability. Sometimes these could be viewed as hyperbole, but we have to look at the basis for why they are saying what they are saying. Now, here is the inventory count. As of 2024, Pakistan had 170 nuclear warheads, and with projections saying that by 2025 they would have 200. I think this number needs to be reset, because we know that 2 of their nuclear storage sites are now out of commission. My guess is this is reduced by more than half. Plus, their nuclear command center has been taken out, and Noor Khan base. So I don't know if they are closer to zero rather than closer to 170 as claimed by this article. I really doubt it. They are this is the Beltway thing. I really doubt if Pakistan even has 1 or 2 possible usable nuclear warheads. Pakistan is continuing to acquire weapons of mass destruction. Well, if they can make it themselves, then why do you have to go and acquire? Therein lies the answer. They don't know how to make it. I don't think they know even how to put together a nuclear bomb. Somebody will have to teach them how to do that. And I have a feeling that this is going to be a disaster for Pakistan, but let's wait and see what happens. The report says that Pakistan is continuing to acquire materials and technology from China and routed via Hong Kong, Singapore, Turkey, and UAE. I don't know, UAE is one of the silent spectators. He also allows a lot of hanky-panky to happen. For example, UAE used to re-export rice that it used to import from India, until India said, you cannot re-export rice that we are giving it to you, because India wanted to cut that link from UAE to Pakistan. So these are things that are happening all the time, but this religion is thicker than water. That stuff has to stop. I don't know when that's going to stop. UAE is one of the more sensible countries. I hope that they eschew this thing about religion uniting all these countries and get away from it, because Dubai doesn't have much oil. They only have enabling of businesses, and if they continue to do what they are doing, I'm afraid even that will collapse. I mean, Gift City in Ahmedabad, it is going to get all the business from Dubai. Understand that Dubai's prominence came because India had a lopsided, very high customs duty for gold imports during the socialist regime of Nehru. And that made people to smuggle gold in. And the gold used to assemble in Dubai, and that's how Dubai became prosperous. It was India that made Dubai prosperous. If India can find a way to cut Dubai out, we'll see how this goes. Pakistan's been conducting joint military drills with China and the last air exercise was done in November 2024. And for Pakistan to continue down this path, they need to get economic and military aid from Beijing. Will Beijing be able to do that? Is Beijing itself equipped to do it? Are everybody in the CCP aligned along what Xi Jinping is thinking? I mean, this guy gets wet dreams about controlling India all the time, and India should start significantly reducing the import footprint from China, and then that would hit them harder than anything else, in my opinion. Pakistan's military priorities in 2025 will include counter-terrorism operations against TTP, Baloch nationalist militants, managing cross-border tensions, and nuclear modernization. Their army soldiers are shit scared to go and operate in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan. What kind of control are they going to do unless they decide to go and nuke the entire Balochistan? And even China might not want that, because they want to be able to still extract the minerals and mines from Balochistan. So this is not an easy thing to solve. Some of these things in this report, I'm a little not very incongruence with them. I think this is a bit of a hyperbole. Maybe they have not done their homework. But be that as it may, the thirst to somehow beat India. Look at what they claim. 5 decoy drones downed, and they said that they downed 5 Rafale jets. The entire world bought it up, lapped it up, until we came and explained that, look, this is all decoy drones, and these decoy drones were actually mimicking the signature of a Rafale, and your ADS could not detect the real thing from a decoy. That's how good Chinese equipment is. And in 2024, Pakistan experienced a significant surge in domestic terrorism with over 2,500 fatalities resulting from military attacks, a 66% increase compared to the previous year. This escalation was driven by intensified activities of the TTP and the BLA, leading to Pakistan's ranking as the second most affected country in the Global Terrorism Index of 2025. Number 2. Notable incidents contributing to this are the March 2025 hijacking of the Jafar Express, offboarding everybody and then taking the train and putting it underneath a tunnel. It was a genius of an idea. They couldn't do anything. So this kind of operations that BLA is doing, they're getting very effective. I mean, I tell you, the turning point will come when they essentially drive the Chinese out of Gwadar. Once they do that, then Balochistan shall be free. I think that is the last turning point, in my opinion, and it's just a matter of days, if not weeks, before that's going to happen. And once that happens, it's bye-bye. Bye-bye Balochistan as far as Pakistan is concerned. There are a lot of security challenges in this region, and I don't see Pakistan being able to cope up. Even if they keep getting billions of dollars in aid from IMF or any other bank, I don't see them being able to stem the tide. I think BLA has grown to be a very effective fighting force, and I think this is ending. This is going to end in Balochistan becoming free, one way or the other. In September 2024, Taliban and Pak border forces clashed near border posts, resulting in the death of 8 Taliban fighters. That is what Pakistan has claimed. But in March 2025, Pakistan and Afghanistan changed air and artillery strikes on each other's territory, each citing alleged militant infrastructure as the target. Why is Taliban turning against Pakistan? Well, it is believed that Pakistan did this one drive to drive out, I think, 3 million Afghan who were living in Pakistan. And what they did was, as they were about to cross over into Afghanistan, whatever savings these families had, everything was robbed from them. Anything useful. The army, Pakistani army, looted all those people of all their worthy possessions before they kind of hit them and shoved them into Afghanistan. And Afghans are a very proud race. They have not forgotten the slight, and I think that is the reason why now Taliban has turned against them. In fact, we know that Taliban has completely stopped poppy production, and India is helping them in a huge way by giving them all the grains they need. It's a different matter that Sharia is well enforced. That will have to change, but I don't know when that is going to happen. Right now, Taliban appears to be more friendly to India than to Pakistan. So, what should India do? India is already showing a lot of global leadership. It's also focusing more on China rather than Pakistan. What does that mean? India is now looking at China as a greater threat than Pakistan, although Pakistan remains a tactical concern. There's a reason for this, and I told you about this, right? How many Chinese soldiers and armed personnel specialists were operating their equipment. Essentially, they were fighting the war on behalf of Pakistan, which means essentially it was India versus a triumvirate of Pakistan, Turkey, and China. And in China, as well as in Turkey, they have had some casualties. They are not saying it, but this is essentially like a thief who has been stung by a scorpion when he comes to rob your house. What is India doing? It is enhancing its bilateral defense ties with many countries that are adjacent to China. For example, Indonesia, Philippines, Taiwan, South Korea, Japan. All of them are good candidates to buy India's BrahMos missile. And if they start doing that, who knows? China's goose might be cooked well and good. At least if this is something that they use to try and take out some critical things in Chinese installations, it's game over, and then China will be ripe for a breakup. Now, India is also doing trilateral engagements like the Quad, the BRICS, SCO, and ASEAN. They are doing it, but you can see slowly but steadily that BRICS, SCO engagements of India are becoming much less in terms of engagement and commitment from India. Now, the Made in India defense initiatives have really turned the corner for India with missiles like with decoy drones like Lakshya and missiles like Akash Tir, the entire system where it integrates all the different components of India's defenses in one big system using AI. Very impressive way to shield itself. So this is something that probably is going to be also deployed along the northeast, which is where China could attack. I don't see them coming across from over the Himalayas. Their soldiers are not equipped for that. There may be some small skirmishes like what happened in Galwan, but even that they will not dare anymore. I think what's going to happen is they'll try to make a land incursion either by trying to come through Bhutan or probably in Arunachal Pradesh. We'll have to wait and see. I think India is ready for it, and I think this might be the point where China will realize that they are no match. But this is again subject to what Chinese unleash. It could be that they may have some things like hypersonic. Who knows? I know that the hypersonic that they tested, it was not very accurate. In contrast, India's Akash was, Akash or BrahMos is 1 square meter accuracy, within 1 square meter. And that's very impressive how close to the target they can hit. Also, they have loitering drones, which means that even if you keep moving the target, the drones will lock on the target and eventually take it out. That's a very new concept in drone technology, and India already has mastered that. So, what are all the new things that India has got? India in 2024 successfully tested Agni-1 prime medium range ballistic missile, MRBM. The Agni-5 missile equipped with multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles. I did one hangout with General Ravi Shankar about multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles. He showed us a PowerPoint presentation. Go back and take a look at that. This has got to do with hypersonic missiles. Do take a look at that. That tells you a lot of information about what India can do. Like one hypersonic goes up, it can have multiple missiles. Each one can take off at different stages. And also, India is commissioning its second nuclear-powered submarine. That's a big deal because nuclear-powered submarines don't need to go to a port to refuel. They can stay on under the seas for long periods of time. Now, What else is India doing? India is trying to work closely with Russia, and I have an update on that at 10 o'clock with Delhi R. Rajagopalan. To join us for that, we'll give you more details on this. And Russia is a vital partner to India as far as its defense and strategic objectives are concerned. And I don't see that thing going down much. I think India might decide to go closer to Russia rather than to United States. I think that's a missed opportunity for the United States. We'll see. F-35 or Su-57, that appears to be the question. What is the takeaway from this DIA report? It paints a picture of a region on edge. Pakistan's nuclear trajectory and Chinese dependence raise alarms, while India's focus is firmly on China, indigenous military capability, and deterrence. As both nations prepare for future flashpoints, US analysts warn of the fragile peace and volatile security architecture in South Asia. So with that, I'll stop this here and let me see if there are any questions from you all, and I'll try my best to answer them. Let me see here. I'm just going to line up the questions here. 1 second. A lot of you have given a lot of comments. Yeah, many people have drunk this Kool-Aid because they know they can't. And that's why even if somebody remotely claims victory, everybody starts amplifying it. They're stupid fools. That's all I can tell you. Quite a few questions here. Hold on. You know, these days, newspapers don't even have shame. They don't even print a retraction saying that, look, we were wrong about this and that it was indeed this way and not that way. They don't seem to do that anymore. Okay, let's take some questions now. Bob J. Krishnan wants to know, sir, you've always talked about Obama in the negative. I don't know what he did or did not do. Would you mind conducting a show about him? Oh, yes, surely. Even when he was in power, I thought he was a great guy. In fact, I used to be a Democrat at that point of time. It's only when he demitted office and things started coming out, especially the corruption of Hillary Clinton, that I said, okay, it's enough. I don't want to be aligned with either the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. And then once you have to really drill into the details to find out what exactly happened. Vasu wants to know, has India completely destroyed Pakistan's nuclear material? No, I think only 2 out of 4 have been degraded. If the war had continued for another 24 hours, Pakistan would have been completely denuclearized. Did India miss the short-term opportunity? I don't think so. You know why? Because it's now clearly proven beyond any doubt that Pakistan has some capability to defend itself, but once India could go and jam all these things and then start taking them out, it's just child's play. Anytime, remember, right now Op Sindoor is only on pause. It can go. They might be able to go and remove the others also. We'll have to wait and see, especially if Israel smashes and completely flattens nuclear sites of Iran. India might do the same in Pakistan, so that there is no country with any nuclear capabilities. MSCLRS wants to know, can you talk about Afghanistan going CPEC? Look, Afghanistan is really poor nation. They don't have much of a GDP and things of that nature. They are still back about 100 years, in my opinion. We'll have to wait and see how things play out. First, they need to accept that the way they are going, governing themselves using Taliban, is the wrong thing to do. We'll see. Next question from Ramkrishna. Is it true that actually USA, who set up the storage facilities in Kirana Hills during Soviet-Russian invasion of Afghanistan, since then they retained them there to counter India? Ramakrishna, this question was asked to the 3 good generals and they said no. US has no storage, no nuclear footprint in Pakistan. I mean, they know how volatile this region is. They would not be risking that. They said that it is actually all Chinese technology. When Chinese are foolish enough to do that, that's their problem. Venkat Raghavan says, high chance of Pakistan opening up the local radicalization in Bharat and make terror attacks look local, and hence Pakistan can't be attacked. Amit Shah has a lot of work on it. Venkat, I have been saying this for a long time. The moment you detect any kind of arms and ammunitions in any mosque, shut that thing down completely and jail the people who are responsible for running that mosque. Same goes for madrasas also. This needs to be done on a war footing across India. I've been saying this for more than 2 years now. I don't know what to do. Do you see a similarity between DMK and Pak? One applies sticker and the other paints weapons green and sticks a star to them. Yes, indeed. And both are paper tigers. Vasu says China is known for stealing technology. India should be careful about protecting its military technology IP. Yes, that is correct. And I think India is taking care of protecting its technology. So that's all we have. Thank you so much, viewers. Thanks for liking this video. And also, please subscribe to our channel if you have not already done so. Namaskar.